Good morning and welcome to the show. This morning we're waking up at Miracle Strip Amusement Park out here on Panama City Beach, and I'm talking with Jenny Meeks, who is the owner of Miracle Strip.
Yes, Don, we're thrilled to have you here. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having us back. You know, I've been here a few times, and each time I come, it just gets a little better, and there's something a little more going on, and we're standing on this oh-so-solid bridge.
This is my beautiful wooden 132-foot bridge that spans our gorgeous wetlands.
And I got to tell you, this is a sturdy little bridge. You look like you could get Patton's Army over this thing.
It was designed to handle a fire truck, and I have seen a full cement truck go across it and a full crane, one of those huge cranes, so it can handle anything.
You know, since the last time we were here, you know, there's been a lot more things going on, like the food court here, and there's a couple other attractions that are opening up, but we never really got a chance to talk about what you all had to do to build this, because I know you guys left extra trees. You didn't have to leave.
We did. You know, my husband and I love flowers. We love just the beauty of nature. We love to hike, and when we planned this park out, we said we did not want to plan an amusement park. We wanted to plan a park with amusements. And this property, when we found it, it just gave us goosebumps that we knew what we could do with it to make sure that we kept a tremendous amount of trees. We had this gorgeous wetlands here that we knew that people could come across a gorgeous wooden bridge and look at it and see the beautiful stream, see the tadpoles. You know, at night you can see little critters coming up to it. It's just a beautiful park that people can enjoy.
Because you're environmentally responsible, I guess.
We are. We try very hard to work with the environment that we're in and make sure that we are not disturbing anything and that we are not leaving any type of print on the property that we shouldn't.
And nobody's really making you do this, because you're not a big corporation, are you?
No, we're mom and pop. You know,
it's just you and your husband.
It's just our personal responsibility of what we feel like is what we're supposed to do.
Well, you know, what's happened since I've last been here? I mean, we've got the food court, and there's some healthy choices there, I must admit.
Yes, you know? Yes, I know you had the gyros last time you were here.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, they did a good job. As a matter of fact, the guy was from New York too. I saw him talking to him.
I know. And what's so nice is that our food trailers are real hip, and we have some awesome chefs that each one of them have their little area that is their gourmet, and we have gourmet tacos. We've got great seafood with shrimp and grits and po' boys. We've got a gourmet grilled cheese. We've got the gyros that you had. We've got wonderful pizza and wings. The wings are some of the best on the beach. You know, all of the people together are people that had never really had their own restaurant before previously, other than a food trailer, a food truck. And you know,
so those are concessions here, so it's not, you don't own those guys. I mean, they're doing their thing. And what I really like about this park is it truly is a park, because you could just walk through.
Yeah, we have free admission.
You don't have to pay admission. You can just walk on in and check it on out, and if you want to ride something or eat something, then you pay.
Yep, we have free admission. We have people that walk here all the time from the surrounding areas or bring their golf carts or bikes. They walk in, they have something to eat, they watch the people. We have lots of people watchers. They just come in and just enjoy it, which is what we wanted.
And it's not all paved over, and that's what I really like about this place. It just has a natural feel to it. We've got to run off to the local weather, but after that, maybe you can show me around a little more and see what's changed since I've last been here.
I'll be happy to.
You're watching Waking Up with Don, and we are going to our local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm. westpittmanlawfirm.com. So Jenny, where are we now? I mean, last time I was here, this was only half a
Yes, well, we're standing in front of the Scrambler, but behind the Scrambler is our new coaster. It's a steel coaster that is 45 feet tall. It's what we call the Riptide. And it's actually called the Galaxy Coaster, and was at Miracle Strip in the late 70s and early 80s. Oh, so it goes with the whole
But it's new, right? So that's
yes, it's new for us, but we've bought this old ride and completely refurbished it. And we hope to have it open really soon. So we're excited about it.
So a little bit of nostalgia right here at Miracle Strip Amusement Park. And if you want to take a stroll down memory lane or a nosedive down memory lane, I guess that's the place to do it, huh?
Yes, and when it's the first time to ride it, when we're testing it, I'll call you. Does that sound good?
I'm happy to do it. That'll be great. I'm not good on roller coasters, but I suffer for my art. Let's see what else you got going on here.
All right, let's do.
So Jenny, we're over here by the Tilt-A-Whirl, which I will not go on But Karen and Vincent went on it, and they did pretty good on it.
It is a great ride. It's just, everybody loves it. When we did years ago our Facebook asking, what do you want us to bring next? The Tilt-A-Whirl and the Scrambler were the next two.
Those are
hot ones.
Classic amusement park rides.
Yes.
I mean, you have to have it. Now, speaking of classics, you're going to have the Starliner going up soon, too, right?
Yes, we have all the original parts to the Starliner roller coaster, and we hope to break ground this fall. To give you an idea, it will start at the end of the Galaxy Coaster, and it'll come. We do have to put a turn in it. The original one was just up and back, but it will go all the way to the end of our property, and we are just so excited about it.
That's going to be awesome. That's going to be a wooden roller coaster,
Yes,
right?
it'll be the traditional wooden roller coaster that the Starliner was.
Not many of those left, are there?
No, and there's
Yeah.
only 3 companies in the world that build wooden roller coasters, so it's a big deal.
Wow, that is a big deal. So it'll be coming along here, making a little turn, and you've got some property here where you can.
Yeah, let me show you where it's going to go.
Yeah, let's check it out. So Jenny, we're over here in this undeveloped little strip of land here between the 2 fence lines.
And it is the perfect size for the Starliner.
Isn't that something?
The Starliner will run parallel with Pier Park. It's right behind Dave & Buster's, and it will run almost all the way to Front Beach.
So it's going to make that turn over here, and it's going to go straight over there.
Yes.
And then will it be an up and back, or will it be a loop?
It'll go down and all the way back.
Well, I love riding backwards. That's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't done this, you've got to come to Miracle Strip Amusement Park and check it out. Beautiful place, lots of fun, friendly people, and free admission.
Hi, this is David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. Summer is upon us and the heat is here. And have you ever gotten into your vehicle, open the door, and you get hit with a heat wave? You sit back down inside, and the first thing you do is turn on that AC system. You want your AC to be cold. You want your car to be cold so you can be comfortable. Up to your surprise, you turn on the AC system, and it blows warm air. Well, if it's blowing warm air, you have a problem. You have a problem somewhere back in your AC system, and the only real way to tell what it's going to be is take it to a certified technician to identify what the problem is. Now, your AC system is a closed system, which means that the freon that runs inside the AC system should not escape. A common problem over winter time is that people don't run their AC system. We have very mild winters. People let their windows down, and they stay cool with just the air from the car. This doesn't do good for your AC system. There's oil inside the AC system that keeps the seals lubricated. If you don't use your AC system in the wintertime, the seals shrink and you lose your freon. Summertime comes back around, you turn your AC system on, and all of a sudden you don't have any cold air. So you take it to a certified technician, they put freon back into it. There are 2 styles of freon. The old style freon that was damaging the ozone was the R12 freon. That's not made anymore. In June 1995, the federal government came down with a mandate saying that R134 freon is what to use. If you have an old vehicle, R12 is probably going to be your freon. R134 is the new freon. You cannot mix the 2 freons. You will have problems. In replacing parts, you replace the part that has failed, but always replace the receiver dryer and the orifice tube. These are 2 other critical components back into the AC system that even if they haven't failed, they need to be replaced. This is David Lovett, and this has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Welcome back. It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time for our vocal tip of the week from Pamela Elliott from Elliott Vocal Studios. Pamela,
Hi, Don.
Hi, thanks for coming back on again.
You're welcome. Thank
vocal
you.
tip of the week. I mean, we're excited because every Thursday now we can learn a little something from you, and maybe some budding artists out there can learn something from you as well.
Oh, I'm excited because I've got a lot of information to share.
What are some of the do's and don'ts that we should be aware of for new artists?
For speaking engagements and also singing, I thought that I'd do a little series called the Do's and Don'ts, and we're going to go ahead and do a do. Okay.
What's some of the things we should do for speaking and vocals?
One of the things,
people don't think of that. When they think of vocals, they always think of singing. I mean, I don't really think of speaking. And I guess
that's true. But I have people actually come into the studio and we work on that. We work on how to speak in public, and and how to stay, healthy to do that, because speakers have just as many issues as singers do sometimes. I mean, it can be interesting,
You have to have stage presence. You got to be able to project. People need to be able to understand you.
Absolutely. And you have to be able to flow. So that's one of the things we work on as well. But one of the do's is to stay hydrated. Okay, we all know we're supposed to drink water, but when you're a vocalist or you're a speaker, you don't want to drink a gallon of water before you go and speak or sing.
That's true, because it's going to be a very short speech.
It will be a very short speech for more reasons than one.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest reasons is you don't want to fill your belly full of water and then not be able to get good vocal breath, the kind of breath you need to sing. It's just like eating. If you eat too much and you put all that in your stomach right before you go sing or go speak, well, you've got, you just can't get your breath, and you can't get that proper, support that you really need for those things. So
it's almost like preparing for an athletic event.
Yes, absolutely. Like. And the thing is to stay hydrated over time and do it properly. The statistics are that you divide your body weight in half and you drink that many ounces of water, throughout the day. And stay hydrated. And if you do that on a daily basis, you're going to be hydrated all the time. So that's a great thing to do. The other thing about water is water's great before you sing, room temperature. Don't drink cold water, because
does it do something to your throat?
Yes,
or
it does.
cord?
You want to constrict your vocal cords, drink something with ice in it. That's not a good thing to do. Make sure you drink just room temperature water is great. Reverse osmosis preferably. Because reverse osmosis water is so much cleaner and better for you. So those are just some things to do.
So filtered water, is that what you're saying?
Filtered water, yeah. Filtered water is great. The other thing that you can do is if you're feeling a little scratchy and you're feeling a little stressed out about your performance, and you feel like you're getting all, you just don't feel good about it, and then you feel like you need to drink some hot tea, don't drink it with caffeine in it.
Yeah.
Drink
Yeah.
Drink decaffeinated tea, okay? Because caffeine is a diuretic, and it will dry your vocal cords out. So you don't want to do that, because you want to get up there and start choking. You're not constantly having to wet your whistle, so to speak, by having a glass of water there, and you're like, oh, excuse me.
Is tea and hot drinks in general good for your throat? I've heard of like tea with lemon would be good for a sore throat.
It's good, of course. It is good. You just don't want to drink caffeinated before you go sing. Now, if you want to drink caffeinated tea, it's fine to drink caffeinated tea. I mean, tea is good for you. It's just not right before you go and sing. You want to.
Some of the most stressful things people can do is public speaking
Oh,
or
yes.
performing in public. And those tips are just great to know. Drink
Absolutely.
coffee, drink plenty of water.
Right. Coffee is not your friend on a day that you're going to be speaking in public or singing in public. Drink it after you perform or after you speak. That's just like you don't want to, eat dairy before you go sing, because it
Makes
causes,
you kind of phlegmy or whatever.
it does, and that's not a good thing to do. Hey, afterwards, go for it. It's great.
Pamela Elliott, thank you so much for giving us that vocal tip of the week, and we look forward to getting another tip from you next week as well.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm wearing a different shirt, and I have a different guest in the chair right now. I've got Stevie Johnson from Blue Pools out in Port St. Joe, right?
Yes, yes.
Wow, thanks for coming all the way in from Port St. Joe, Stevie.
problem.
And welcome to the show.
No problem.
Blue Pools. Now, if I were to hire you, would you keep my pool blue, as
Yes.
the name implies?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Right answer. But you're an entrepreneur. This
Yes.
is your business.
Yes.
What started you in Blue Pools?
Different companies I've worked for, I always had ideas of how to make, the company better. And people usually, when they have their own companies, they really don't, they kind of listen to the guy that that's working for them, but, they have their own ideas. So I just took those ideas and just, created my own company and just put them on my own business, my own.
Yeah, and that's a tried and true method for entrepreneurs across the country. You work for someone and you say, I could do that guy's job, or I could do it better, or I could do this better.
Yes.
And that's what gets you started. Now, how did you get started? I mean, did you have to have a lot of money to get going, or was
Yes.
you just, yeah.
Yeah, you got to spend. You got to. I mean, we emptied out our bank account and then we filled it back up. We
I
had to
know
get
the feeling. I'm still in the emptying phase with this show, but
Yeah, I mean, we had to get the trailers. We built the shed out back. I had to get a truck, trailers, all kinds of stuff. And then I had to deal. Then I had to do the advertising, Vistaprint, with the signs, with the cards.
Yeah.
We had to, I had to talk to different realtors, just to put my insurance out there, liability insurance, things like that. So, I mean, it was something that was doing every day. And the hardest thing about doing your own business is that when you're working for someone, they go out and get the work, and you just do the job.
Right.
But with your own business, you got to do everything. You got to go out, hit the streets, pass out the cards.
You got to be the salesman.
Yeah, you got to sell, and you got to do the job too. And it's just me,
Yeah.
And my wife, she's like the CEO of the company. She does all the computer things, faxing, emails, things like that, and invoicing people. But I'm the one that goes out there and does all the work.
I got to tell you though, that is the backbone of America. You got to put it out there sometimes.
Yeah,
and there's no guarantee for success, is there?
No, it's not. I mean, you may fail, you may not. My granddad always said, you may give out, but don't give up. If you give out, you get tired, rest up, start again the next day. That's the way I am. And I'm the type of person where I'm too stubborn to quit. You know what I mean? And usually when something is something you wanted to learn, I wanted to learn it. I was working at Long Beach Condominium around 2008, 2006 to 2008, and there was this guy that was cleaning the pools, and he was doing the chemicals, and I just got to talking to him, and I was just really interested in what he was doing. I was like, hey, what does it mean when you do this? What does it mean when the water does that? And he would tell me, and I was never really that good at math, but I was good at counting money, so
That is math. By the way.
and he said, look, it's not as hard as you think it is. He said, once it's the same thing. It's like cooking, it's the same thing. The chemicals get off, and then they, you get them right back.
You got to have the recipe. We have to run off to a break. But on the other side of this break, I want to hear more about your business model, the type of work that your business does, and maybe a little bit more about you as a person.
Okay.
Because I understand you're a poet, too.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Stevie Johnson from Blue Pools from Port St. Joe. Stevie Johnson is an entrepreneur, businessman, poet, and Renaissance man, I understand. You've actually written some poetry, haven't you?
Yes, a little bit. About 2 books of it, but they're like pamphlets. I got about maybe 30 pages each.
Wow.
I started out when I was 14, and I started writing. A foster mother actually told me that I was watching L.A. Story, and Steve Martin wound up saying something to this woman, and I was like, that's just mush. And she said, you know what? In about 2 years, you're going to start saying the same thing to a woman. And I said, nah. 6 months later, I'm writing it. I'm saying the same thing. It just all of a sudden started happening. I mean, here I was. I couldn't stand girls. They were nasty, and next, I'm thinking about them.
When you grow up a little bit, and now you're writing them poetry.
Yeah.
So you've got a little book of poetry.
Yes.
I'd be interested in, when you finally get that published, I'd be interested in seeing that and having you back and talking about that.
I cleaned a pool for somebody, and it was weird because I did it on accident. My old boss, he sent me to one pool, and I went to the other one. And turns out the people's kid had died in a motorcycle accident on Front Beach Road. And I got to talk. I was cleaning it, and they said, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Well, I'm cleaning your pool." They said, "Well, we didn't call your service in." And I said, "Okay, well, let me finish up because I don't like to start something I finish." And I got to talking about my granddaddy and death and this and that. And the father came out, the husband actually, and I was telling him how God is. He's a very not kind of like a possessive God, like, he wants things for himself, and things like that. So he got really emotional because his kid had died, and make a long story short, I ended up putting one of my poems talking about God because it was kind of a dream poem, talking about in his mailbox with a book. And his wife came out the next day. When I went over, she was crying, this and that. And they told my boss, they said, it's like he was sent here by God.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Like a simple visit from the pool guy.
Yeah, kind of an accident. Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
accident, but I don't really believe in accidents like that. I believe in destiny, you know. And I mean, I was glad to do it. I was glad to tell them that, you know, because I like to be able to share.
That's
you know.
amazing stuff. We're so out of time, it's not funny, but if people wanted to get your services, how could they get in touch with you?
Well, I got signs. I got 2 or 3 signs here in Panama City. I got cards everywhere. I passed out cards
what's your
everywhere.
number?
227-6044.
Okay, so it's not just pools. You're kind of a deep guy.
Yes,
Get it?
yeah.
He's a deep guy. He's in the pool business.
Yes.
That was a joke. Feel free to laugh. Feel free to laugh later when the show's over.
And I also do pressure washing too. I do
Okay, well,
that
good.
also.
I wish you a lot of luck with your pool business and all the services that you provide. And tell the good people out there in Port St. Joe, watch the show and see more of Stevie.
Oh, yeah.
You're
I'm
welcome
definitely doing
back
that.
anytime, my friend. And,
Okay.
and good luck with the business and good luck with the poetry. And thanks for being such a nice guy to all your customers.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you next time.